Hey, welcome back to the KB Money Show. It's your boy KB, and today we're going to talk about the traps of keeping your student loans around and what they don't want you to know. Let's get into it. All right, so talking to someone that actually has student loan debt, I'm speaking from experience. I'm not saying it's to be all end all, just one perspective from someone who had a lot of student loan debt. So let me say it that way. So yeah. So I had right at over 100,000 in student loan debt. But the one thing you have to remember is student loan debt is not bankruptable. It does not matter what you do. For the most part, you cannot get out of these things. And so the longer that you put it off in terms of like making your payments and going ahead and taking care of it, whenever you're dealing with, you know, $50,000, $60,000 up to 100,000 in my case, and you got 5% interest or 6% interest, man, it starts to accumulate, especially if you're paying the minimal. If you're paying the minimal, you're never going to pay that thing off, and the balance is just going to keep growing and growing and growing. And so what happens is you stay on this hamster wheel of just a purgatory of being indebted to someone else. And so borrower is slave to the lender in the good book. That's what they talk about. But that's an example of what that looks like. I was a slave to the lender. So I like to point at myself and then say because when you say we, you're kind of taking yourself out of it. No, me. I was a slave. No longer a slave to student loan debt, but understand that you are the asset, and so it's not bankruptable. You are the asset. You are the one that's going to work, paying the minimal. And so, could you imagine not having to work for something, and then every single month you're receiving a check, even if it's the minimal payments for the rest of someone's life? And so we are not me anymore, but you are a stream of income for someone else, and you're just paying the minimum. You got to hurry up and get up out of that situation, because otherwise, if you're just paying the minimum and you're doing this income driven part of it, I understand it, been there. I totally understand. I sympathize with you, but we got to figure a way to get aggressive to get it going, and that way we can move on with our life and recapture those dollars and put it into, from my perspective, investments. Because again, on this channel, yes, we're doing a lot of talking about debt payoff, and that's a part of personal finance. But at some point, we got to we have to reduce the consumer debt so we can recapture those dollars in our budget and redeploy those dollars into assets. And so whether that be dollar cost averaging into an index fund or ETF fund, some type of fund to where we can start the process of building wealth. Paying off debt, that just gets you back to zero. And so some people say, oh, I'm free. That's partially correct. You're no longer a slave to debt. However, you hadn't built any wealth yet either. And so that's what we're looking to do on this channel. So I wanted to leave it with you is, don't keep the student loans around your entire life, because that balance is just going to keep growing and growing and growing, and it could potentially get to a point where it's just unmanageable for you. And so we got to take care of that. I know maybe when we were younger, we didn't think it all the way through, and we got it, and it was out of sight, out of mind. Everybody's getting it, but now you're an adult, you have it. It is what it is. I get it. You wish your parents would have told you something different, or you wish somebody, it's not on them anymore, it's on you, it's on us to figure this out. And a part of figuring it out is eliminating that student loan debt, because you are the asset. Never forget that. You are the asset because you're making the minimal payments to someone, to a company. So we want to take that income and pay ourselves. And so, hey, that's what I wanted to share in this video. If you click this video over to my right or my left, you can click that video, and that'll give you more education around personal finance and all the things with the focus of helping you build your net worth $1 at a time. So that's what this channel is about. If you enjoyed this video, hey, leave a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are. Tell me about your student loan. Tell me about your experience. Tell me about your story. Provide some feedback. Hey, this is an open dialogue. I'm not perfect. I don't know it all, but I just only talk about my real life, and I also bring practical things that can help you in your life as well. Hey, like, comment, subscribe. Until the next video, peace.